Welcome, everybody, to today's edition of Home Solutions, your local home and garden show right here, broadcasting from the Mix 1041 studios here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. My name is Dennis Purvis, here with you as always in studio. No matter how you're listening today, we hope you're having a great day. Maybe you're running around here enjoying some thunderstorms this beautiful Saturday. Maybe you're enjoying that it's finally got some warmer weather here. Or maybe you're just trying to dry out from all the wet weather we had this week. Whether you're listening on Mix 1041 or 1013 The Buzz, maybe you're on the Mix 1041 app, or you're streaming online. And for all those watching us right now on Facebook, hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. We try to get you as much information as we can as homeowners, as what you can do to look for folks that are here local to help you with all of your home and garden needs. Today, because of the weather changing, we're going to jump right in. It's that time, folks. All this rain, guess what's going to happen next week? You're going to realize, oh my Lord, I need to mow my grass if you haven't already. And with that comes all the machines that we use for that. So today I've got Lewis Stout from Stout Racing and Small Engine Repair right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, back with us to talk about what we need to do to get ready for spring. Lewis, how you doing today, brother?
Fine, sir. Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. So let's jump right in. Just tell everybody a little bit about where you are, what your shop does, what you guys specialize in, and kind of how you got into this business.
Well, some guys got me into go-karting years ago and then started fooling with the small engines, chainsaws, weed eaters, lawnmowers, push mowers, generators, whatever, and the business just kind of grew from there. I'm at 190 Starlet Circle, Northeast Cleveland, Tennessee, back behind Calfee's, just off of 64. But we work on about any little small engine you have.
And you guys, how long you guys been in business there?
Started in 1992.
Oh, you're almost on 30 years.
Yeah, long time.
That's crazy. And you don't look a day over 31. How'd you pull that off?
I'm 29 and whole.
I got you. If the business is older than you and you started the business, though, you're going to have to go to 30 at some point, you realize. Or you're going to have to change your story, one or the other.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell you, personally and professionally, we've used Stout Racing so many times. I have a lawnmower that I bought a riding lawnmower on the cheap from a buddy who couldn't figure out how to fix it, and a couple $100 later, I got a nice, the loudest and fastest lawnmower in my neighborhood. I will tell somebody, I will race anybody. My wife and I fight over who gets to cut the grass now. But Lewis took care of us. And then even with our hand tools, I can tell you, you think about small engine stuff, for those of you out there that have, compression tools, any pneumatic tools, we've had some that have jammed. Having somebody that knows how to get in there and get those little bitty springs and sets and screws and where to get them, it has been super helpful for us at Pro 93. So, Lewis, it's that time of year. You're going to start bringing the machines out of the garage, out of the shed, pull off the tarp. What's the first thing somebody needs to do right now, whether it's a push mower or a rider? What do they need to do before they mow their grass?
They need to dump the fuel. Even though they may have put stable in it, the fuel still goes bad. I would dump the fuel, put fresh fuel in it, try to drain it out of the carburetor if possible to start it on as fresh a fuel as you can get.
And I remember you going back to that when you were here last time in the fall when we talked about winterizing. I learned something that I had never thought about, but even people are going to say, well, it was just 3 or 4 months ago I put that gas in there. But you made the point that gas today ain't like the gas 20, 30 years ago. Explain that, why it's so important.
Well, years ago we used to have lead in the gas, which lead was an additive that was a lubricant that lubricated all the top end of the engine, the valve guides, valves, all that. When they took the lead out, there was no more lubricant. Well, they used to have benzene in the fuel, and benzene was a preservative, just like preservatives for our food. Now they've taken the benzene out, so the fuel won't last. Even if it's 100% gasoline, it just won't last. The fuel will go bad in a couple of months. You can use Stable. Stable is a good product. I've used it in the past, but I would still dump that fuel, put fresh fuel in it, and start afresh with it. If it's set there all winter long, it's a possibility that the fuel has gone bad. You'll never get it started because the carburetor is going to have to be taken off. It's going to have to be cleaned and fresh fuel put in it.
And that goes for, you think, that doesn't mean drain it out of your rider and put gas from the gas can that's been sitting there all winter.
Yeah, true.
So, folks, find a nice, discreet place, get rid of your gas, and go get some fresh. That's your first tip. So they've changed their gas. They've got it ready. What's the next thing they need to do if they're out there before that first mow?
They need to take their air filter off. If they do their own maintenance, you need to change the oil. Of course, check your blades, sharpen your blades, check your belts. We do a full service on the lawnmowers, doing all that, changing oil, spark plugs, air filter, fuel filter, checking all the belts and greasing it and sharpening the blades or replacing them. But your air filter is very important because if your air filter gets stopped up, it's going to make it draw more fuel, which will foul your plug faster, plus it'll make it use more fuel than it normally would. So at least take it off, look at it, and maybe try to blow it out, any dust or dirt.
So I know everybody's mowers are different, especially with the new technology and everything may be I won't pin you down on a price, but what's a ballpark for getting for a service like that, the tune up, blade sharpening, check the belts? What's an inspection like that cost to somebody right now on a rider and a push mower?
On a typical push mower, sharpening the blade, changing oil, changing spark plug, cleaning out the air filter, it runs about $50. And then on a mower, it just depends on if it's single cylinder. It starts at like 65 and goes up. And then, of course, if you're having to replace belts and blades and all that, that's over and above the service.
And you guys are certified mechanics and then actually dealers for certain different engines.
We're certified Briggs and Honda, Lifan, Champion. We can service all those. We can get parts for the Kohlers. I have a large stock of vintage Briggs and Tecumseh parts.
Yeah.
So just about anything we can service.
Well, there you go, folks. So before that first mow, if maintenance isn't your thing, or you don't have the time, or you're just afraid, hey, I might be able to take it off, I don't know that I'll be able to put it back together the right way, which is what I worry about every time I fool around with a small engine. Get it to Stout Racing. How do they get a hold of you guys if they want to get their mower into you?
They can give us a call, 423-584-6663. That's the number at the shop.
And you guys got a website as well?
We have a website it's the racing side. We really don't have one, but it's www.stoutracingengines.com.
Oh, we'll get to racing here. It's about racing season, isn't it?
It's already started.
Yeah, you're headed somewhere today down to North Georgia, aren't you?
No, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Today,
gotcha.
yeah.
So it's all right. So we've changed the oil. We've got it serviced, whether we've done it ourselves or we've come to you. What are the things that you see throughout the year when people are mowing? It seems as simple as it's literally just as simple as doing a walk around your yard to make sure you're not going to run something over.
Well, a lot of things is wind blows up, sticks. You don't think to pick them up, and you can be driving around, and your tire will throw a stick in and get stuck in your deck, and it can break a belt, or it can lock it up and burn a belt up. So, need to kind of go around, pick up any rocks that might have been uncovered by the rain, all this rain we've had. Pick those up, and any sticks and stuff like that, because that can do damage. Yeah,
and it's, I'm going to be honest here. I see a stick, I think, oh, I got this big riding mower, I'm going to make mulch out of that. But I'm assuming that's probably not great for my blade, is it?
It's not good for the blade either, no.
How important is it to get your blade sharpened?
If they want a good manicured lawn, they need to, the blades once a year is usually sufficient, unless they do a lot of mowing like commercial guys. Most of them will have spare blades, and they'll change blades once a month and then sharpen those and have them ready, because they want a good people want a good, clean-looking manicured lawn, but a sharp blade is the only way it'll do that. Also look at your wheels on your deck, because the wheels will wear. As they wear, the deck gets unlevel, and it'll start mowing the yard unlevel.
So we talked about that manicured lawn you just brought up. There's other power tools involved too. A lot of two-cycle stuff, weed eaters, blowers, those sorts of things, edgers. What's your preference? You see, it seems like wire trimmers anymore. Everybody's looking for this next thing that's going to be better than hitting it on the ground and getting it to pop out a little more, right?
Yeah.
Feeding it out. And I'll be honest, I've bought some of these miracle blades that you see on TV, and it's like they last about 3. If you're trying to edge concrete, or you're going around the edging of your landscaping, and you hit something, that's about the length of the time my miracle blades lasted. Have you found a product out there that's better, or do you just stick with the wire trimmers yourself?
On the trimmers, the best bet is the spiraled wire, and the largest diameter that you can put on your trimmer. Now, you can change the trimmer head to go larger, but the larger wire, the plastic line, but they have a spiraled, which is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It'll last a lot longer.
Well, there you go. See, that's stuff that I never would have known. And that said, we talked about maintenance and getting things ready. Talk about, is there any difference? Do you still want to dump out the fuel, the two-cycle from your smaller tools like that, two-cycle motors, the blowers, the trimmers, weed eaters? Do you maintenance them the same way going into spring?
Yes, you definitely do. And I brought some that you can see. This is called Super Fuel. They have a 40-to-1 mix, two-cycle, and a 50-to-1.
And it's already mixed.
It's pre-mixed. It's 92 octane pure gas, no ethanol in it, because ethanol will destroy a two-cycle motor.
Yeah.
So I recommend this. You can get it at Walmart, Tractor Supply. Most parts stores carry it.
We're giving them a shameless plug today, but for those of you that are on Facebook, you can see these different ones, and really it just depends on whether they want the orange or the blue, depends on what.
Well, every brand's different. They'll have a blue, or this one's a blue or orange, or they'll have a red and a green. The red's the 50-to-1.
It depends on the mix.
The manufacturer
for the manufacturer.
Thing.
Gotcha.
But it basically 50-to-1 is used in all your Skil products. They prefer a 50-to-1, and the 40-to-1 is used and Echo uses a 50-to-1. Most all the others will use a 40-to-1.
And this is great because you don't have to have that little bottle. You don't have to have that extra gas can that you pray to God stays the little gas can for two-cycle before somebody fills it up. This is ready to go out of the can. They pop it in, pour it right in.
Yeah,
right?
Just pour it right out of your open cap. Pour it out, of course, into a container. Pump the little bubble, and then pour that out, and then pour this fuel in, pump it back up. It'll start refilling the primer bubble and fire it up. Now, they do have these in gallons as well for those that want the gallon. But, I would recommend before you start the year off, change this and put this in.
So, folks, we're going to take our first break here, but you're getting a little master class today on how to maintain your lawn equipment. And as always, if it's something that you can't do, don't want to do, or don't have time to do, you can give Lewis and them a call. What's your guys' number one more time?
423-584-6663.
And they're right here in Cleveland on Starlet Circle over right off 64 Highway and APD 40 behind Calfee's. They would love to help you. They've got great service, great customer service, and great pricing. So we'll come back. We're going to talk a little more. We'll get into some more lawn equipment, spring 101 knowledge. But also we're going to talk about giggity. It's time to go racing. Racing's opening back up, and Stout Racing builds racing engines. And Lewis is going to tell us a little bit what they got planned this year. So we get back. You're going to hear more from Lewis from Stout Racing Engines and Small Engine Repair. This is Dennis. You're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135. Welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Coming up to the bottom of the hour here. Got a few more hours or a few more minutes here with Lewis from Stout Racing. They do everything from build you a custom go-kart engine to go racing or just build you the fastest, meanest lawnmower in your neighborhood like he built for me. So, folks, we spent the last segment talking a little bit about what to do first of the year. Go through the basics, make sure I don't forget anything, Lewis, but let's see if I learned anything. First thing you want to do is dump the fuel and everything you got.
Yes, sir.
Fuel goes bad.
Yes, sir.
Check your oil.
Yes, sir.
Do a little once-over, just check your wheels, make sure the wheels of your deck. If you've got a riding lawnmower, make sure those are taken care of. Do a once-over. If you can sharpen your blades, check your belts. Basically do a nice walk-around visible inspection of everything.
Yes, sir.
Spark plugs, good idea to change. How often should you change those?
I would change them every year because a lawnmower, you're basically running it wide open and it's got a hard pull on it mowing or whatever you're doing. So spark plugs, $2 or $3, very inexpensive to keep the engine running at its peak performance. And
listen, folks, you can spend a little bit of money now and do all this or get stuck and have to have one in the shop in the middle of summer and have your neighbors hate you because you have the 2-foot tall grass in town. I'm not saying that because I've ever had that happen, because I have. But here's the thing. If that's not your thing, you don't enjoy doing maintenance, you're not able to do maintenance, or maybe you just don't have time with work, kids, family, everything, give Lewis and them a call at Stout Racing. All right, so we've talked a little bit about lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, those sorts of things. Now let's get into some fun stuff because you know what? The weather's heating up out there. Hopefully the monsoon season's about to end here in the spring. One of the things you guys do that makes your shop a little different is you guys build, sponsor, and have a racing team for go-kart racing, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so talk to everybody a little bit about if somebody's brand new to karting, but they love racing, but maybe they've never seen a kart race. What drew you to it years ago?
I actually used to run stock cars down at Cleveland Speedway, which is not here anymore.
There we go.
And I got out of the stock car business, and a buddy of mine, John Passavant and Gerald Williams, called me up and said, hey, didn't you used to run stock cars? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, we're having handling problems on our go-kart. Can you come help? So I went and got hooked.
And you've been there ever since.
Been doing it ever since.
And now Stout Racing's got a team. You guys have, I know Travis was in here with us at the late last year. We talked with him, who works with you there at the shop, but also guys raced in national championships as a driver.
He's my driver, yes, sir.
And if you met Travis, folks, he's like this nicest, kind of quiet guy, unassuming. But that's why you got to worry about the nice and the quiet ones, because he gets on a go-kart track and he's a killer.
Flip the cap.
Yep. But and you know, he's told me stories about getting to race at Daytona, you know, and going to like the Super Bowl of kart racing. And you guys have been to national championships and placed in national championship races, right?
Yes, sir.
So I know you've got some cool stories, but you've built some pretty crazy engines for folks.
Oh, yes.
Tell everybody about the one you shipped. I think it was to Arizona for the guy that was doing ultralight flying. You've built basically an airplane?
That was Texas.
Texas.
We built a engine for a prototype, ultralight, that they were trying to get an engine with more torque to be able to pull them off of the runway quicker and to get, you know, elevated or whatever they call them. I'm not anything with aerospace, but yeah, he's got, I think, over 1,000 hours on it now.
Yeah. And I can tell you, because I've been to some of these races, is if you go to a kart race here, I know you guys are leaving here when we're done here. You guys are headed to Dogwood Speedway in North Georgia tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
And you guys, if you go there, they'll see some racing tonight. you'll notice Lewis because he's the guy running all over. Because not only do you guys have sponsored carts, but there's people kind of see you as the engine doctor around the racetracks. You got a lot of people using your services, so to speak, correct?
Yeah, Saturday I'll be the tech man, the dreaded tech man everybody hates.
So if you got nothing to do tonight, head on down Dogwood Speedway in North Georgia, just outside of Chatsworth, right?
It's down 225, which
Yep.
is Spring Place Road. It's just past the North Georgia Speedway for the big cars on the left-hand side of the road.
You'll pass the entrance there on the right, and the next left is Dogwood Speedway. And, folks, it's an experience. It's fun. First time I was asked to go, I said, no. I've been to Pigeon Forge, and I've seen go-karts. I'm cool. I've driven them. And they were like, no, you haven't seen this. And I go down there, and it was absolutely, you could see why people get it. Same way. It's the same attitude I had when I went to my first NASCAR race. Like, how exciting can this be? And then they say, gentlemen, start their engines, and the ground beneath you starts to rumble. And then you start seeing people going 190 miles an hour on a curve on a turn, and you realize, okay, yeah, I can see why people like this. And what's the top speed for some of the karts, like in where Travis races?
In the stock class, you're looking about 62 to 68 on a quarter-mile oval.
Crazy.
Dirt oval. The limited modified and the open boys go anywhere from 90 to 110.
Holy cow.
They'll turn that quarter-mile track in 10.5 seconds.
So if you're out there and you're thinking, man, I'd love to get involved with this, or I want to get my kids involved, because what's the kids of all ages drive these things, right?
It's a family sport.
Yeah.
Kids can start on the dirt side of racing at 7.
Yeah.
On asphalt, they can start at 5.
Yeah.
But they're all in. The kids have to run restrictor plate engines, so there's different plates for the different ages before they move up into the adult classes. But it's a whole family-oriented sport. The whole family, the grandfathers, the grandmothers, the mothers, the dads, brothers. There's girls race.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least a third amount of girls racing now than there was. So.
And I can tell you, if you're out there looking and thinking, okay, this is something I'd like to maybe learn more about, and just didn't know where to go, you got an expert right here in Cleveland. If you're listening to this, and even if you're watching it on Facebook, I know you've got customers. Technically, you just had a gentleman in from Ireland that you're going to be building tools for, and maybe possibly we're doing some rollouts in Australia. So no matter where you're watching or you're hearing, you can give Lewis a call at Stout Racing, and they'll be able to help you out. If you just maybe you want to get something into it, you've got a youngster that's excited and has a little passion. You're trying to figure out where to go, what to do. You guys build karts as well, correct?
Yes, sir. We do a complete race-ready package if that's what they want. Give us a call and come by and talk to us. We can show you the go-karts and explain they're very safe. We stress safety in these things. But come over by and talk to us. I mean, we're there to help you in this, to help the whole family.
Yeah. So, all right. So racing's going crazy. I know you've got a big trade show you do every year up in the Pigeon Forge, Sevierville area. You have, a website where you sell tools, plates, all kinds of tech tools. You've also been asked to help write rules for different karting organizations.
Sanctioning bodies.
You've had you like you're going to have today at Dogwood. You'll be the tech guy. It's is it still as fun for you as it was?
I'm still in it.
Yeah.
I enjoy every day, every race I go to. I enjoy just being able to go help people. People come ask me about things, and it's all about helping each other and striving, for that.
So when people are, and so again, if you're looking for any kart related, small engine repair, whatever it is, and we've talked a lot about yard maintenance. We've talked about the karting side of what you guys do, but you guys, especially with the storms we had this past week, you guys also do work on generators, correct?
Generators, yes, sir. We had quite a few here lately because people are trying to get them up because the storm's coming. But we are a service for the Champion and the generators. So we can, and Honda, we can do service work on Hondas.
So is it the same kind of an idea? Because for the most part, generators are one of those things that you don't think about till you need it. And you want it to be ready to go. So do you keep gas in it, or do you wait and fill it up when you need it?
It's best to keep gas in it because having the fuel in it, the tank won't rust inside. Rust is your enemy. So it's best to keep it full. You can put the stable. What I recommend for people is if you put it up once a month, crank it up, let it run. Let it sit there and run, open the fuel valve, and then shut your fuel valve and let it run until it runs out. And that gets the fuel out of the carburetor, out of the lines. You still have fuel in the tank, but refill it back up with fresh fuel.
Yeah.
Keep it full, and it won't rust in your tank, and that won't cause you problems down the road.
And and again, we're not trying to sponsor or besmirch any other company, but in your experience, I know a lot of people, especially after what happened last Easter with the storms and the tornadoes that moved through here, people are looking for generators, especially when it starts getting thunderstorm season again. In your mind, what's a good size for a home to have to be able to run the refrigerator? What kind of size do they need? And and I don't want to put you on too much of a spot, but what if you had to pick a couple brands that are reliable and that work well? What would you buy?
The Champion generators are reliable. The Storm generators, which is the live fan, of course, the Honda is the top of the line.
Yeah.
As far as to say the recommended size, that's hard to say because square footage of a house, makes a difference as far as lighting.
Well, what's it say? If say we just we realize we may not be able to power my whole house, but I want to be able to maybe run the stove, the microwave, and the refrigerator, keep the freezer running. What's a good base size that'll keep those kind of items going for you?
If you're wanting about a 7,500 watt continuous. Now, there's a difference between your startup, the 8,200, let's say, generator on startup. But once it starts up and then it starts running all the appliances, that's your load. So if you're going to try to run freezers, refrigerators, microwaves, and even occasional stove, and a few lights, what you may want to do is you'll have to look on your refrigerator and all your appliances and get your wattage.
Yeah.
You have to figure out what your wattage is and what you want to run, and that's how you determine the generator you need, because you don't want to be undersized. And if you're undersized, then you're going to cause more problems.
Yeah.
So you'll have to kind of like run a few lights and possibly, refrigerator and a freezer. Doesn't really require that much. But if you try to run a stove, eye-top stove, not necessarily the stove, but glass eye-tops or countertop stoves.
They're gonna pull a bunch all at once.
They're going to pull a bunch all at once. The 7,500 watt will carry it, but you may have to turn a few lights off or something. But to truly figure it, you need to know the actual wattage of the generator that you need to power the appliances you want to run.
And listen, folks, if this is something again that's you don't know what to do, what to buy, what to look at, or maybe you've got one that you're not sure if it's the right kind, you need to get it serviced, you haven't had it looked at, folks, you got an expert right here in Cleveland. Give Lewis, Travis, and the guys and gals over at Stout Racing a call. One more time before we get out of here, how do they get a hold of you guys?
Call 423-584-6663. The address is 190 Starlet Circle Northeast, Cleveland, Tennessee.
And they got the big nice shop with the big nice roof on it that Pro 93 put on for them. So look for that. It'll be a beautiful metal roof, as does your neighbor has a nice roof put on it right there. So listen, it's been a pleasure having you in here. I know this is stuff people love to hear this time of year. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you. We enjoyed it.
Listen, We'll be back next week. Got a special treat next week. Hoping to have a surprise guest from out of state in to talk to us about some new roofing ideas that may be the last roof you ever have to buy. So we'll talk about it next week. You're listening to the Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135.